Hello, Nightingales. Welcome to my channel, Nightingale Shadow and Light Tarot. This is Lynn Lewis, for those of you who may not know. Guys, I wanted to share this week's deck of the week. And I just want to preface these messages, as I always do in these videos. I do not do these reviews and videos for the sake of profit. I do these simply as a lover of the tarot and oracle decks. And any type of contribution that is made towards the purchase of a deck goes solely to the person selling the deck, the creator of the deck. It is not my place. So let's get started, guys. I just got this deck. It's a new deck, and it is by Andrew Bolotin, which is he's a entrepreneur, and he's on Etsy. So I've linked the deck link below if you're interested in buying it. And I just wanted to let you guys know this deck, I immediately connected with it as soon as I saw another reader using it. And the reason is because of the energy. I just moved to an area that has a lot of mountains and valleys. So when I immediately saw that it was a deck surrounded by mountains, that energy, I'm just like, oh, I'm really connecting with this deck. And you're going to see why also based on the cards themselves. So it's called Tarot of Mystical Peaks, as you guys saw, and it does come in this beautiful, pretty, standard box, and it's, very sturdy, nothing too crazy. You can carry it around with you, no problem. The guidebook itself, it's very, if you've ever owned the Rider-Waite Tarot, you can tell that he just kind of took the Rider-Waite Tarot's descriptions of the tarot cards, very straightforward, very regular in the typical traditional tarot. He didn't get complicated with it. Honestly, he just wanted to keep it true to its original format based on the Rider-Waite Tarot. So, no crazy backstories, nothing of that nature. You can see it here that it's just regular, what the card means, the general meaning, upright, reverse, etc. And then the advice. I like that. That's great. All right. So let's get into the deck itself. And just in terms of the size, you can kind of see it's about the size of a regular tarot deck, a little bit larger than the standard card playing deck, but large enough for my hands, not too big. And as if you follow these videos, I shuffle this way, not this way. That way I prevent the deck from bending, although it has started to bend a little bit. So the card stock itself is a little bit, actually, believe it or not, it's pretty thick. It's thicker than I'm used to with the tarot, but you can kind of see that the stock itself, it does start to slightly bend, and but that doesn't bother me. Some people, if you're very picky about your cards bending, that's that may not be your thing, but I don't know. I'm not bothered by it. I'm very, when it comes to how I treat my decks, it's just, if they bend, if they rip and tear, it's because of something I probably did usually to them. All right. So I just want to preface, and we can kind of get a good gauge on how the cards look. I mean, you just saw the King of Wands earlier. You can immediately notice one thing, and this is a very modern looking deck. And that's why I loved this deck. I love that he took the traditional tarot and modernized it. And it is AI generated, I'm not gonna lie, it is, but you can tell that he understood the concept of the tarot, with the dog, the fool jumping, kind of on the edge of the cliff with the flower. It's very, very reminiscent of the tarot. You can see the fool and the Roman numeral, or I'm sorry, the number here. And as we go through the deck here, I'm just going to kind of move my camera. We have the Magician, and I actually love that this is depicted by by a female, because the Magician is usually depicted by a male, but in this case it's a female, so I love that. And we have the High Priestess, and I'm not going to go through the entire deck, although if you guys want me to do that, you guys let me know. I don't want these videos to be super long, but if you want to see me go through the deck, you let me know, like the entire deck. But yeah, we have the Empress. Absolutely stunning artwork, even though it's AI. Again, even though it's AI, I'm going to be honest, I don't resonate with AI inspired decks, but this one I do, because of the energy behind it. And I can tell that there was a lot of love and authenticity poured into each card from the person who created it. Ooh, sorry. And he knew exactly, you know, I just feel like his intention behind it was pure. You know what I mean? He just wanted to do this because he loved it and he was inspired by it, and so on and so forth. So I can feel that resonating in each card. And I'm going to kind of go through these a little bit faster. Oh yeah, and the 2 dogs to the chariot. In terms of the feeling of the deck, and I have used this already in one of the readings. If you checked out my energy check-in, you would have noticed I used it. I love the feeling of the deck. It has a very, how do I explain it? I can tell I'm going to use this to kind of relate to the modern person, to the modern man, to the modern woman, somebody who feels not quite like they fit in any particular genre or niche. They just simply exist to just, you know, they just simply live, sorry. They simply live to just love life and enjoy it and take on the burdens of life itself. And you can kind of see how that can be reminiscent in everybody. You know, like I said, one of the key reasons why I bought this deck was because of the modern style to it. And it just has a very comfortable feeling behind it. And if you love the concept, I can feel that this is a good shadow work deck too, and a light reading deck. So if you're in the mood for a shadow deck that isn't super dark, this would be a good deck. But if you're in the mood for just a regular type of reading, this is a beautiful deck for that too. So I am getting both energies. Yeah, absolutely stunning. And just a reminder, guys, that I don't necessarily, you know, buy decks just to buy them. Not anymore anyway. I used to. But now it's just like what feels right, what feels like a good way to, you know, resonate with the collective. What would they be able to bond with? What would, you know, and I just feel like because this is so modernized, you guys are going to love me using it. Or if you want to use it yourself, you can get it for yourself. And I believe he's actually doing a sale right now on Etsy. It's like $30 off. I think the deck is typically, so the deck last time I checked is typically around $80, but he's actually doing a sale right now for like $45 for this deck. So it's actually really, really nice right now. So yeah, I'm just kind of scrolling through them. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to share. I will say that he has other decks as well, but this one was really speaking to me. Oh, this one, as soon as I saw this card, I'm just like, I want this deck. and that's why. If you look at this card and you feel its energy, just like that friendship type energy, that love type energy, I don't know if you guys can sense it the way that I can, but I just love this image. It's just very nostalgic for me. It reminds me of my childhood, my inner child, but also just the overall vibe of this entire deck can be depicted in this one card. You can, you know, I hope you feel me here. So that was literally the card that made me go, okay, I need this deck. I would love it. You know, because I saw other readers using it for a while, and then I saw the 3 of Cups pop up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's it. That's the one, you know, that's what sold me. And it's just the way it felt. It just felt like that energy of just love and, you know, excitement for the tarot and just of life, and, you know, it was just absolutely stunning. And I love this, the leisure suit. So anyway, guys, I really hope, I'm almost done actually going through it. I really hope that this, you know, makes a lot of sense and you enjoyed, you know, kind of this quick review. Nothing too crazy. I'm very, you know, optimistic. I really do have no issues with a lot of decks out there. And I will be honest. You guys know that. I'll be honest if there are certain things about it that I don't like. But honestly, most of these, the biggest quarrel I have with this deck is that it's generated by AI, but to be honest, I don't really care. And like I said in the beginning, any decks that are usually generated by AI, I actually don't really resonate with them, but this one I do. And I don't really even feel the AI feeling behind it, because the intention of the creator, the person who made it, was such a genuine intention. You know, you can tell he wanted to do it. He loved putting this together. I can feel that love in the creation of this deck. So it's just beautiful. Such a beautiful thing. Oh, and I love this with the the motorcycle. Oh yeah. So we're just gonna I'm just kind of flipping through the rest of them for your guys' sake, because I'm almost done actually. 9 of Wands, and I love this depiction of the 10 of Wands. Yes. You know, and that's the other thing I'm going to say about this deck, is that it does depict, and I said this earlier, it does depict the cards really, really well, and modernizes it if it makes sense, which is great. Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands. Oh, this is a stunning one too. I love that. And then the King of Wands. Oh yeah. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this review, and if you have any interest in it, like I said, the link will be down below in the description box. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Take care.